Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on the flip side. I'm your host, J Mac. You can catch me on YouTube at Jesse McKinney. It's on YouTube, the flip side. Thank you for joining me one more time. Please hit subscribe, give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave me a comment if you want to. I'm good with that. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Um, on this episode, and I wanted to talk about some things. It was a very interesting weekend we went through. But the one thing we don't do is we don't tell the truth about what happened. Okay? And you're saying, okay, J Mac, what are you talking about? I'm simply talking about this. You did not see what actually went on. For example, the man had a military parade that nobody wanted but him on his birthday. That's one of the worst birthdays you could ever have. You know, I celebrate my birthdays a little different now because I don't need a whole lot of hoopla because I don't need it, and I don't want to be disappointed if I don't get what I want. You know, we're going through a very, very thin part of history and time. It's going to be a lot of history made in the next couple of months. People are talking, people are doing things. For instance, we're talking about equality and, being equal with one another and everything like that. But if you look at what's going on in this country right now, you already see that there's a, thing going on. People don't want to talk about the racial thing, and it's a racial thing going on. We know it. We see it. It's right there in front of you. Who is your cabinet? Who is your legislation? Who is your Senate? Who are your representatives? They're majority white folks. Okay? Who? Are there any people of color in the cabinet? There any black people, Asian people? If there are, give me a hit back. For real. Hit me up at JMac 128416 SHARJERKEY at gmail.com. Sorry, I stumbled over there a little bit, but I'm live, so you get what you get. JMAC 128416 SHARKEY at gmail.com. Hit me back at your. I ain't seen that cabinet is so white. If I didn't have sunglasses on, I'd be snowblind. And then what do they do? When they do these nasty things, like him, Elon Musk, look what they did. Do you know down the road there's going to be something that's going to happen from that? And so we forgot about that, huh? We looking at something else. Look, they got, we're going to zone in on this. They're fighting. Now they're not fighting. Now we're going to go at this direction. And people, unfortunately, lost their lives the other day. Unfortunately. And it's got a lot to do with what's going on in the government. It does. I hate to say it. And we're out here, us poor people, we ain't got nothing. What are we fighting each other for? Because you white, what are we fighting each other for? These people got money. They doing what the hell they want to do. We out here talking about we can't afford bologna and cheese and a loaf of bread. But you want to go up against me. Then you got people like, oh my God. You got people like our people. We got black senators, right? And they want to go out here and roast people about How much money did you spend in what was it he said? It was, oh, the budget for a sanctuary city. Asked him how much money did you spend on budget in the sanctuary city. Okay. Now, I wish you'd asked me that. I'd have said, how much money did Donald Trump spend flying around the Indy 500 racetrack? What's the difference? The money was spent. He spent it on nothing. Okay, so you spent it on being a sanctuary city. So what was it spent on? All right, you want to ask another question? See, this is why I tell y'all, watch what they're doing. Because see, now they're starting to put people of color in front of us. Yeah. They put Brian Donalds out there talking about, yeah, well, why are you spending this money? Okay. Why did you spend money driving the beast around the Daytona 500 track? Why did you spend that money? What was the purpose of that? All right. Okay. And I remember I seen this and I was like, oh my Lord, this man Tim Scott, from South Carolina, Trump said made a joke about him, and see, I used to hear them jokes back when I was younger too, and I didn't like them, and if I caught them just right, I'd be like, look, that's disrespectful. I don't want you to, don't joke about me like that and make me the joke of the whole, yeah, because that's what they are. They are the joke of the whole thing. Yeah, you seen what they did and you seen what they got. And if I'm lying, prove me wrong, okay? Because see, everybody they put in a position of power, everybody. Do you know the people they put in position of power? I mean, good God. Christy Knowles, Caroline Levitt, Pamela Bondi, Cash Patel, Pete Hesketh, and Tom Homan, the Iceman. Seriously? This is what we did. And this is what we're looking at. But we're worrying about a parade. And everybody's putting numbers together like, why did you spend $3 trillion over here and we could have saved $100.5 billion? And what? You feel me? Because see, that's what they saying to us. You like, what the hell you just say? Exactly my point. Exactly my point. See, because while you're watching this, they're doing this, okay? What happened to your data? What happened to when Elon Musk left? All them buildings he infiltrated? What happened after that? Where did all the information go? Where is it at? When him and Donald Trump got into the fight and they were like, okay, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. You should be impeached. I'm going to take all your money. What did we do? We stopped and said, ooh, let's see who's going to win this fight, right? But behind the scenes, they doing something else right now. The man told you, he said, I cannot fight this battle anymore. I'm going to have to let these illegals, whoever, see, he tried to cover the, man, these are some smooth criminals here. He was like, look, I'm going to have to let them stay. I can't do this anymore. It's too much. Because the people and the powers that be say, hey, you're going to have to slow down. You're going to have to back up. I ain't going to say what I want to say, but they saying, you messing with our money. They keep on. And they tell them, keep on. You're going to find out what's going to happen. You're going to really mess around and find out. And he got on national TV and slowed it down, backed it up. See, you think I'm bull. That's the flip side. And I just wanted you to know. See, now is the time. You know what I'm talking about. Now is the time. And these Negroes, and I'm just be honest, these Negroes, I hope they get what they earned. I really do. I mean, nothing but peace. I'm J Mac. That's the flip side. I told you it was going to happen before. Subscribe. Hit subscribe. Look at some of my other content that I did before. Led right up to what I'm talking about. I told you they was going to get him. And they got him. I'm out. Peace.